it's Aislinn here. So here is my January TBR and my 2022 goals. We are currently New Year's Eve. I don't have a whole lot of time to film, so I'm just gonna jump right into it. Basically, my goal, as always, is 100 books a year. Very rarely do I ever meet that goal. I know this year in 2021 I made 77 books out of the 100 originally planned. So close, but no cigar. I like big books. My lifetime bucket list goal is to read 100 books in a year. Will I ever achieve it? I have no idea. Other goals include I'd like to start finishing off series. If I start like a trilogy or duology, I want to finish it off in the same month that I start it. You know, I don't want to keep adding to series that I've started. I want to read some more 2020 and 2021 releases, as well as at least one book a month of the older backlog of books that I have, because I went through my Goodreads. I have a atrocious amount of books, both physical, audio, Kindle. It's stupid, and I want to read them all. So, giving myself kind of some set goals of, okay, you know what, try and focus and get, this done. I also have a small pile of books of shame. Yeah, books that I started and either said I would finish by a certain date and never did. Books that I have had on previous TBRs that never got read. I think there's 6 or 7 of them when I counted them up. So there's not a lot, but want to get it all done, right? Need to get it out of there. So there will be like one of those a month until I run out. So for this month, that being said, I'm still fighting with video editing software. I'm trying to track down a new program. So this is going to be unedited. I'm going to try and keep it non-rambly. Any books I can't physically hold up, I will put the Goodreads links down below. There will be a lot of audiobooks this year. Just throwing that out there. So yeah. Anyway, January TBR. Let's jump into this and get this ball rolling. Helm of Midnight by Marina, I think it's pronounced Lostetter. This is my book of shame this month. I started this audiobook September, October, somewhere in there. I got like 2 chapters, 3 chapters in, and put the audiobook down and never picked it up again, and I actually have not even picked up the physical book. So I'm going to that's my book of shame. My big series focus this year is going to be the Iron Druid series by Kevin Heron, because I have like 8 books, I think it is, of his that just keep getting pushed to the back of the bookshelf. So they got all drug out, and I'm going to be reading one of them a month until they're finished. The next one in the series is Tricked. I believe this is book 3? No, book 4. This is book 4. Yeah, it's been on my shelf so long. It's actually yellow. That's how long I've had this series. Yeah, so that is on January's TBR. Then this big boy. This is one of the older books that I own. I want to say 2016-ish, 2017-ish. I have audiobook for this as well, because it is a chunker. So when I'm not able to physically read it, I will be listening to the audiobook until it is done. I believe this was supposed to be a trilogy or a series, but apparently, I don't know if the others are ever going to be written. This apparently can be read as a standalone, according to a blog that the author made. So may or may not have other books to it. I have not been able to find anything. The latest update I could find on it was on the official website, where basically the author was saying that they'll get to the book when they get to it, and it can be read as a standalone. So I'm not holding my breath for another book. Then Realm Breaker is a 2021 release by Victoria Aveyard that I am really excited to read. That might even start that tomorrow. I'm not sure. I have that in Kindle and audiobook, and then Aurora Burning and Aurora's End by, oh gosh, Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I forgot there for a minute who the authors were. They are the second and third book in the Aurora trilogy. The first one started with Aurora Rising. They will be finished off. I have those on Kindle and audiobook again. Most of my books that I have on Kindle, I have audiobook version. Some physical have audiobook, but not all of them. And then, last but not least, I would like to do this duology because it's been on my shelf forever, and that is Flame in the Mist and Smoke in the Sun. And yeah, so hopefully we'll get those two read. And that's pretty much it for January. That's the plans for 2022. Keeping it short and sweet as best I can. Yeah. And I will let you guys know in my January wrap-up how many I got through, what I thought of them. Wrap-ups will probably be a little bit longer than TBRs, just because I will talk about each book more in detail when I actually have thoughts on them. And that's pretty much it. I'm drawing a blank. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but I'm not going to sit here and look like a goose while I'm trying to figure out what that is. If I miss something, I will mention it in my wrap-up at the end of the month. I will be aiming for 2 videos a month. TBR pile and wrap-up. If I get a few reviews in there, wrap-ups will probably include mini reviews, just because I will talk more about the books as I have opinions on them based on what I read. If I find a book that I really think needs a more in-depth review for one reason or another, then there will probably be a 3rd video in a month that will talk about that book or that series. Yeah, so that's kind of tentative plans up in the air. And I'm doing goose face again, so I am going to go. And if I missed anything, like I said before, I'll get it at the end of the month. Anyway, y'all have a happy new year and all the best wishes. And here is to 2022. Later.